Hey everybody, it is Ricky here. Welcome back to another Bleach Brave Souls video. Today, we're going to be doing a prediction video for who we can expect for the 10th anniversary of Bleach Brave Souls. Now, before we get into it, I do want to give a shout out to Jagan, Perush, Anthem, I hope I said that right, and as well as Perush Arma. Thank you guys so much for your comments. If you guys want to have your own comment shout out, make sure to go down below, leave a comment, and I'll shout you out in the next one. So we got a few options that we can go with here, but let's just go to album because I do want to illustrate some of the characters that I will be talking about in this video. And let's start off strong with the first one we're going to be going over, which is Bankai Shunui, right? So Bankai Shunui is one of the most hype moments in the Bleach anime of the second time around, at least. He's actually one of the most anticipated characters in Bleach Brave Souls right now. We do have one right here. I mean, he is alright in terms of aesthetics and as well as his soul bomb. He still looks really good, but with the new color scheme of the new 1000-year Blood War, I think he's actually really hype. He's one of the ones that can carry a big celebration like end of the year, and as well as be a character, a summonable character in the 9th anniversary. So in the 10th anniversary, sorry. So I really do expect him to show up in the 10th anniversary in some shape or form. But I'm not too sure if he's going to be part of the headliner banner or is he going to be part of the second round, because I am assuming that we're going to be having 2 rounds of the anniversary, just like we did have last year, where we got the main headliners in round 1 and then in round 2 we got the following characters. So I do see him more as a round 2 character, a very solid round 2 character. So I do think he should be here in the 10th anniversary. I don't think they'll skip out on him right here. So he's definitely one I do think will make an appearance. Now, the second prediction that I do have is going to be Bankai Mayuri. Now, I'm pretty sure that we do have a Bankai Mayuri in the game with the fight against Pernida. So while I search here, Bankai Mayuri in the 1000-year Blood War anime is one of the best fights in my opinion. The fight against Pernida itself was just really cool to see the nerves of Pernida and the craziness of Mayuri just trying to outsmart Pernida is really cool to see, and I can just imagine the soul bomb already. It'll be phenomenal, right? Because obviously the soul bomb is going to be the Bankai activation. But yeah, we really need to see a new interpretation, and I possibly would like an idea that I do have is that we see him activating the Bankai, and then at the end of the soul bomb we can just see him like hysterically laughing, right? Just like how we saw him in the anime. So I think this is the one. Yes, with the jetpack, with the Quincy boots, this is the one. So we do have him again in game, just like Shunui, but we desperately need a new interpretation of the character. I do think, as I said, with Shunui, I would expect him, if he does make an appearance, he would be more of a round 2 character, just to keep the hype going. But I don't necessarily think he's going to be a headliner. So let me know down in the comments if you actually agree with me or not. But I definitely would not be disappointed if we do see a Bankai Mayuri, the fight against Pernida. If Pernida himself can make an appearance, that would be really cool. Just seeing a model, Pernida's model just being a giant hand essentially would be really cool. But moving on to the next character that I do think we're gonna be seeing in some capacity, even if it's not in the anniversary, because I do think he's more of a wish. Bankai Rose. Bankai Rose, I still can't believe he hasn't been interpreted in the game, right? I think he came out more or less in the show. I mean, he appeared in the same core as Shinji, so we already have a Bankai Shinji. 2 of them actually, one in Canfield Old World and as well as the 1000-year Blood. but we still don't have a Bankai Rose. Now this soul bomb would potentially be one of the best looking soul bombs in the game, because his Bankai is so intricate, so weird, and it's just visually interesting to look at. So I do think he can make an appearance, but is he likely to make an appearance? No, I don't think so. Maybe you guys think so. Maybe you guys think he can potentially headline or be part of the headline cast of the anniversary. Personally, I don't think so. But yeah, I do think we should be expecting a Bankai Rose sometime this year, because he is long overdue a character. The next one we're going to be going over is Volshendik Uruyu, right? I think that's what it's called, because Uruyu is one of those weird characters, but he does have a Volshendik, and he did reveal it, and it was very simplistic yet very, very good. I thought this Robert would have the same design, but obviously throughout the video I will be having the images on screen so you can see. But this was a huge surprise to all of us, because I think it's safe to say this has never been seen before, right? We've never seen the design of Uruyu, and the amount of power that he was able to demonstrate in the show was really, really cool. And to see that being interpreted in game would be really, really interesting to see, because of the obviously the flying arrows and all of that good stuff. So I do think he can be a headliner. I do think so. He can be a headliner for the anniversary, and as well as Volshendik Uruyu, or in another interpretation of the Shrift A, the antithesis. We can see a Shrift of Uruyu, or we can see his Volshendik. I do think that one of those two can make an appearance, and personally I would love to see the Volshendik version. Let me know if I'm actually messing them up, because I do get a bit confused. I think the Volshendik was the one where he had those accents on his clothing, right? And then the Shrift is going to be the antithesis. I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure of that. He's got the Shrift, because he is interpreted in game as well. Don't forget, he is a speed character, I believe. Yeah, there he is. He is a speed character. He is interpreted in the game. We've seen the antithesis before in game, but it'll just look so much better if they did it. This character probably came out sometime in 2018 or 2020 or something. We desperately need a new powerful Uruyu, because I think the last time we did get was in 2022 in terms of the 1000-year Blood War, right? That was not it. He did not last long. I think he got power crept within a few months. So we definitely need to see a new Uruyu. If not in the anniversary, which would be a huge miss in my opinion, we will see him sometime this year. And yeah, he will definitely make an appearance. The next one might be a bit obvious. I do think he will make a appearance in the anniversary in some shape or form. Yuha Baha, right? This guy is the big bad guy of Bleach, so he will most likely make an appearance of some sort in the anniversary. Is it 100% confirmed? Am I like all in on it? No, because we haven't seen any sort of teaser, or like, I think we did get the trailer of course, but I'm talking about actual footage that we can go off of, maybe some color schemes and things like that. We haven't had much of that. So Yuha, I do think he can make an appearance, maybe in a round 2 banner. I think he might be able to, in my personal opinion at least. Probably for most people he will be a headliner. He can basically be the face of the 10th anniversary. People will be happy. But for me, I think he's more of a round 2 banner character. But I do think he will make an appearance, especially if not in his unlocked form with all the eyes on his face, right? In some shape or form he will be in the 10th anniversary. I do think so. I do think so, because the last character that we did get was back in 2022 or 2023, I believe. So we're kind of overdue a new Yuha. The next one, actually, that is the probable options, right? Because I did want to mention that this video is going to be divided into 2. The first section that I just listed are the probable candidates for the 10th anniversary, right? So these characters are most probably going to be there in the 10th anniversary. The next few options that I do want to bring up are more of a not so likely, if not like impossible, to make an appearance in the 10th anniversary. And arguably, I think these characters that I will be mentioning are going to be way more better, in my opinion, to see than the other characters, but that is up for interpretation. And the first character that I actually want to go over is a character that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. You can see that I picked the attribute. This guy, Bankai Ichigo, I still can't believe that we still don't have a remake of this guy. Mugetsu Ichigo got 2 remakes, or yeah, I think he first got the first anniversary version, and then he got a remake, right? So he has 2 interpretations. Mind you, Mugetsu is not a form, it is a technique, right? And it has 2 interpretations, 2 adaptations in the game. And yet, Bankai Ichigo, this right here, has not been interpreted since 2017 or something. This guy is very, very iconic in the game, and I still don't know how is he not interpreted in the game. I do think it might be unlikely, probably impossible to see this guy in an anniversary, but I do think his remake is close. So he's definitely a character that I think he should get a remake. If not during the anniversary, sometime this year, he needs to get a remake. And the second character, obviously, if there's going to be a Bankai Ichigo, then we know we're going to need a Butterfly Aizen, right? Like this Butterfly Aizen right here that I'm showing on screen, not the other one, not this one that I have right here on screen. We need to see. I still don't know how they haven't done this, right? These 2 characters are probably one of the most hype fights in the original series, and they only got interpreted once each, right? And we got to see that other form of Aizen in a soul bomb, not necessarily in a character form. So I think we should definitely see an adaptation of this guy, because he is actually one of the coolest designs, and just the whole transcendence thing and whatnot. I do think that this form of Aizen might be a bit more probable than Ichigo, simply because Aizen has headlined an anniversary alone, and it did pretty well, right? So I will leave it at that. Let me know your opinion down in the comments. But the last character that I do want to mention is not necessarily a character, but it's more of a design choice. In my opinion, I really, really want to see original game designs from K-Lab. I really want to see some original art, just like this Ichigo right here that I do have on screen. This guy, he looks so good, and he's an original concept from Bleach Brave Souls. I think we need more original art. We strayed away from the original art. I think since the 6th anniversary was the last time, or was it the 7th anniversary? The 7th anniversary was the last time we've seen a original art character in Bleach Brave Souls for an anniversary. That's over 3 years ago, like plus minus 3 years ago, because it has been 1,000-year blood war from the 8th anniversary all the way till now, right? And don't get me wrong, I do love the 8th anniversary, I do love the 9th anniversary, but I do think that we need some of that good original character design, that nostalgic Bleach Brave Souls feeling that we used to get back in the day, to see these originally designed characters that we've never seen before in the source material or even in the manga, right? Which is the source material, but yeah. But these characters are really, really cool, and I do think that we need to see more originally designed characters. So that there, guys, is my prediction list. That is my predictions on what we could expect to see in the 10th anniversary. Do let me know down in the comments. What do you think? Who do you think we're going to be seeing in the 10th anniversary? I don't know. I can also make a wish list for myself. The 5 characters I would say I want to see in the 10th anniversary. If you guys want to see a wish list of mine, please let me know down in the comments, and I will make sure to make that video for you guys. I do thank you guys for sticking around till the end. Let me know who you think will be seeing in the 10th anniversary. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around to the end. And I'll see you all in the next one.